have this very proud privilege to be interacting with the officiating Vice Chancellor of Jamia Milia Islamia University, New Delhi, which is undoubtedly one of the most prestigious and premier educational institutes, universities of the country. So, sir, a very warm welcome to you.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for giving us this opportunity. So, sir, at the outset, I would like to know from you, why don't you share, for the benefit of our viewers, your educational background and what inspired you to foray into the education field?
You have asked a very pertinent question. In 1986, when I completed my post-graduation, I was in a fix what to do. The two options were available to me, that either should I join teaching or should I go to the field, because basically I am a civil engineer. So the first opportunity that came to me was of a lecturership in Jamia, so I joined it in 86. But incidentally, an opening was there in UP Irrigation for the post of assistant engineer. Very reluctantly I applied for that post. It was through Public Service Commission, and I was selected. Out of 100 candidates, my number was number 6. So again there was a dilemma. Ultimately I confided this to my father, that what should I do, whether I should take up teaching or should go to the field, because field was a very lucrative job. So he flatly denied to give any suggestion. He said, now you have to take a call what you have to do. I cannot suggest you anything, because if anything backfires, you will immediately put the blame on me. So after much ado, I thought that I should continue in the field of education, because it is one of the coolest and the safest job. You don't get transferred here and there. You don't have to placate people for any of the jobs. So you are yourself a king when you are in the field of education. So then I made a decision and I am here in Jamia.
So, sir, I second your thought absolutely. I am in agreement with you, because there is no second thought that teaching and medicine are undeniably the noblest of all professions. And since it was your own decision to foray into this fascinating field, if we may call it, so then how has this journey been? Because interacting with young minds and then to enlighten them to play a pivotal role in nation building, because at the end of the day, we must not forget that educationists are nation builders, and they play a sheet anchor role in shaping the minds of young people. And in fact, nowadays there is more emphasis on the holistic grooming. So your views?
Initially when I joined Jamia, and after my selection in the Public Service Commission, the journey was a little bit roller coaster, everything. Every day when I refused to join it, every day it came to my mind, oh, I would have gone there, because wherever you start a profession, there are roller coaster times. Somewhere it is low, somewhere it is high. So, but ultimately things settled down, and I always feel very content when I had a very good lecture, and I always see to it that the students get absorbed to what I am saying, and I always encourage the students in the classroom to have a dialogue rather than monologue, that when I go on speaking and they are nodding their heads. So they should always question the teacher. So the teacher will always be on the toes and will not have a very content thing of teaching. Because when you are questioning your teacher, so you always go on excelling in the knowledge. Every time he thinks that the student may ask this question, the student may ask that question. So he always prepares himself before going to the class. So I always see to it that the students get 100% what I want to teach to them through my lectures, through my assignments, through my short handouts. So I see to it that their aim should be that when they face the challenges of the life, they can very readily accept them. They can excel in all the examinations or the examinations related to employment that they are going to face. So they excel them, and I feel very content the class to which I teach, because I said to them that there is no shortcut to success. So you have to work hard, you have to excel in whatever you are going to learn and what you are going to write down in your notebooks for that being evaluated.
So as someone who is at the helm of the affairs, so you get ample time to spend some quality time with the students as well? That is what you are saying, sir?
You would be astonished to hear that a professor has to teach 12 to 14 hours per week, and whatever duty I am doing at the moment as the officiating Vice Chancellor, I have not even asked my head of the department to spare me from a single period. Whatever load has been assigned to me, I still take the classes as that they have been assigned to me when I was not the officiating Vice Chancellor, because I feel that taking the classes is my bread and butter. This is not my bread and butter. This is an additional duty that has been assigned to me, that I am executing that duty, but I have not shrunk from my responsibility of teaching.
This is so incredible, and like the saying goes, a leader has to lead by an example. A leader leads from the front, and you've actually raised the bar so high that I'm pretty sure that others in the fray would be taking a leaf out of your books and then striving to emulate what you are doing, because you are actually leading by an example. And then you are someone who has always believed that the core responsibility is teaching, and then the other responsibilities come later. So, sir, what are the challenges that lie ahead for Jamia Milia? Because Jamia today enjoys immense reputation and is ranked third in the NIRF rankings, and that also in succession for last 3 years. So that is quite remarkable. So what are the challenges?
Let me add one more thing, that what you said about teaching. There are several research PhD students under my supervision. There are several MTech students to whom I am guiding. So I have never thought an iota of doubt that these responsibilities are much more.
But then how do you manage your time? Because isn't time a big constraint?
No, not at all. It is your will and wish that manages the time. I start my class at 8 o'clock in the morning and I sit in the office till 8 o'clock. So it is the manager, you have to manage your time. Everything is possible. And those who say that they cannot manage it, I don't think so.
Sir, in the lighter vein, is your faculty very amused with the fact that you are leading by an example?
My head of the department said, sir, we will exempt you, you don't come to the department. I said, no, not at all. The very first day I asked my head of the department that I will continue to be in the department, consider me as an ordinary member of the department.
Right.
And the challenges that you said about Jamia, so it is very difficult to reach to the position 3 in the All India ranking. But it's still very difficult to retain yourself on that position. So at the moment we are striving hard to get stationed again on the same position or even a higher notch in the ranking. So because coming to a position is maybe not that difficult, but to retain on that position for 3 years is again a very arduous task. So we are facing the challenges one by one, and we will see to it that the same reputation of Jamia remains the same for in the coming years also.
So what is the strength of the faculty here?
Faculty
overall,
teaching faculty.
Teaching faculty.
It must be of there approximately around 800.
800.
And we have a student strength of approximately 20,000.
So out of 800, when we say, so that means how many have been assigned the additional responsibility of managing the day-to-day admin affairs as well?
Yes, when I joined this position as an officiating Vice Chancellor, I have seen to it that every member of the teaching community should be assigned in the day-to-day running of the Jamia. It should not be to confines of a few members who are giving day in and day out all the same posts. So I have made it a point that every faculty should be given some post of responsibility, so that they feel so that they are also an equal part of the institution in which they are working.
So that means inclusiveness and
Yes.
taking everyone alongside.
That's
so,
true.
So, sir, last two questions. that come to mind instantly is one, of course, the expectations from the ruling dispensation, because challenges are humongous. And of course, as you rightly said, that now the endeavor would be to go a notch above. So then in this regard, what are the expectations from the ruling dispensation, the government of the day?
The most probably what feedback I have got from the ministry is that the university is running quite smoothly. Things are moving in the right direction and they feel content. Very recently we had a visit of the Additional Secretary, Ministry of Education. So he was here for good 5-6 hours and we took him around the university. So he was very impressed and he has promised us that he will give us additional funds for infrastructure, for opening up new centers, so on and so forth. So the government is quite satisfied as far as my knowledge goes.
Perfect. So sir, we've also heard that there is a special Center for Northeast Studies here. So why don't you throw some more light, because we have the 7 northeastern states and the mountain state of Sikkim, and recently you hosted a media delegation from Zero Arunachal Pradesh. So then it would be really music for the ears and all those Northeast brothers and sisters.
The Northeast centers that we have, if I remember it correct, about a month ago, there was a special one-day workshop of the people from Northeast came to the university. The center is headed by Professor Bulbuldar James, if I remember it correct, and a number of programs related to Northeast are conducted by the center. The center looks about there are several, if I remember it correct, there are several tribes that have in the Northeast, so their economic status, their well-being. So several projects have been submitted to the Government of India from that center regarding the upliftment of general education system in the Northeast.
Perfect, sir. So
and I would suggest these people that have come from the Zero Land that they should visit the Center of Northeast if they have certain time. I will ask the director to interact with these people if you have time. So,
thank you, sir. And so that was, viewers, Professor Mohammad Shakeel, officiating Vice Chancellor of Jamia Milia Islamia University, undoubtedly one of the most prestigious universities, educational institutes of the country, and as rightly shared by Professor Shakeel, that the endeavor now is to go a notch above and to make it one of the most reputed institutes, and currently it stands number 3 in the NIRF ranking. And we wish the entire Jamia faculty and Professor Mohammad Shakeel the very best in all their future endeavors. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be interacting with you and to host these students who have come from the Northeast. And I hope so that they had a good time that they have spent here in Jamia. And I hope so to welcome them again as and when they like so.
Thank you. Thank you, sir, so much. Thank you.
Pleasure was mine.
Thank you.